G'day viewers, this is a VN Commodore scroll compressor. So I'm going to do a teardown on this, give it a good clean. It's a good quality Sanden brand, made in Japan. It's a bit harder to turn for some reason. So let's try and open this thing up. So just undo all those bolts, I carefully open it up, and yeah, it's quite interesting how these work. Well, Ed Aussie 50's done a heap of these, but with some modifications you should be able to make this into a pneumatic motor. You take the valves out and you just blast air through one of the I think the suction, and air will make its way through the scroll, and we'll just actuate it and spin the shaft on the output. Okay viewers, let's proceed with the teardown. Now this these are the bolts, and this bolt here is actually an oil plug. There's a seal behind there. You can actually fill it with oil from there, so I didn't bother with it when I took it out, had a look, and it's not actually a structural bolt. So better fill it up with oil, some sort of inspection port anyway. That's the, might take it off, that's the overpressure sensor that cuts it out. Oil pouring out of it. It's a bit dark, yeah, we'll do it an oil change I think. Put this dye in it, that's why it's that colour, to detect for leaks. Fluorescent dye. Hopefully I can get this apart without damaging it too much. I don't want to damage that gasket. Oh, there we go. Whoa, look at that. There's more to it than I thought. Interesting. Very high quality stuff. There's your bearings all sit in there, and that outer plate. And that's your wobble plate that goes around with the scroll. This is a crankshaft that actually moves the whole assembly. And that little journal raceway there rides in those bearings, those roller bearings. This is very like it's going to be like a puzzle, this thing, if I pull this out. All those balls could fall out. It's looks in pretty good nick too. I mean the VN, that white VN this came off with a blown engine, and done at least 274,000 Ks, or even more. So this thing's doesn't really look too bad. Okay, and there's our scroll in there. There we are. There's not much wear in this. It still looks brand new. So very cool stuff. Your suction's in this side, so just carefully lift that gasket off. Kinzoku, yeah, Japanese brand of gasket. So metal gaskets too. That's your suction. As a scroll moves around, the air is pushed in and makes its way all in there. From reading the direction correctly, it goes this way. So that the gas should be coming in. Gas comes in here, makes its way through there, gets squashed around in there and pushed through there. Interesting. The ball bearings still look brand new. Despite the amount of use this thing's had, you see it's not much, I can't even feel any wear in that. That's just oil marking actually that rubs off. And that plate can turn by the looks of it. There's very little wear in this. But there you go. And there's the vein, and that just seals flat on the aluminium, it's pressed. That's how the gas is stopped from escaping. But there is, hang on a minute, if I can, there is a little gasket that sits all in here. A very delicate gasket sits in this little area here. It's like leather, some sort of material. And that's where the gas actually seals against, if I can remove it without damaging it. Might be a bit of a challenge here. There we are, and that's the actual gasket there. That sits in, yeah, bit of a puzzle. See if I can get this in the right way now. There. That's the little seal that seals against. There we are. Perfect. Easy as that. And there is another one in this half. And I can see, look carefully here, wipe my hands on it, see if I can zoom into this with the camera. I can see in this seal, it's actually split apart, and from there down to there is all missing. So this compressor is actually shagged. So it would have still worked, but it wouldn't have been quite as efficient. So probably would have had to keep the revs up a bit or something to actually get it to flow more gas, to be more effective, to produce as much cold when it's new. Because the new compressor in our other car we put in our VS is actually really effective. So between there down to here, it's not actually getting a seal. You can see the machining in that, bloody brand new. And there's 4 bolts down here which hold this stationary plate on, and there's a valve assembly in there, similar to the one in the reciprocating one I pulled apart. It's like a reed valve, a plate, spring made of spring steel. Let's see if I can put this thing together. There you go, that's basically what happens. That's all it does, goes like that, in that direction. If I pull it together the right way, there you go. That's all it does. Rolls around like that. Seals against that edge of that O-ring I just showed earlier. So if I the camera in here, yeah, it goes this way. You can see where the gas would come in, make its way around that spiral like a maze, and be squashed and forced into the inner walls and be forced in through the other side. Simple. Pretty good, clever technology that. Viewer, it's all back together. And get me a pair of pliers. For some reason this one is harder to turn than the other one. Let's give it a test. Yeah, it's getting some suction. I'm turning it counterclockwise and it's getting some suction. Yeah, it's working. There you go, it works. Beautiful. You gotta turn it real fast to get it to get some real decent results. This might make a good air compressor actually. A scroll air compressor would be nice to have. Let's pull this little cutout switch out, see how this works. The other one, the other 6 reciprocating one didn't have any of this sort of protection. If I can get that out somehow without damaging it. Find a way of getting that out. We can see how it works. Not a pressure sensor at all, it's a temperature sensor. There's some heat sink compound in there, and that's it there. You hear that, it's like a little Clickson metallic strip. It pops when it gets hot, opens a circuit, and shuts off the power to the clutch, which shuts the air conditioning off. So if this compressor gets too hot, this kicks in and switches it off. Interesting. There you are. Alright viewers, that'll be enough for now. There's a label there. Thanks for watching.